and good morning, YouTube. I hope you're having a wonderful day. As you can see, it's New Tool Tuesday. Now today probably is not, maybe to you, like, this big time exciting day, but I have an addiction to flashlights, as you can see. These two here I've had a long time, this one a little longer. I've had this one, and then I picked up this one's big brother, and the M18 line. As you see, I have the DeWalt Tower light. I have the Milwaukee Tower light. So I just have a thing about flashlights. Flashlights is just something I use a lot. We use them in painting. We use those tower lights lighting up a room. We use these, like Tony's back here painting a closet, and I had to take that light from him to make this video because he's got it in the closet, lighting it up where you can see better. In my New Tool Tuesday and showing you this, I'd show you some of the other flashlights that I have. This one is one we carry with us quite a bit. We have it on the job a lot, especially if we leave where we're working. I get a call to go out somewhere. This is one we take with us a lot. When you put the 6.0 battery in it, you've got a real wide base, and so it's very secure. It does have magnets under it, and depending on the type of material that you're hooking this to, magnetizing this to, has a lot to do with how well it holds. Like we've been under houses and try to stick it on a 2-inch metal pipe under there, and it's just got so much weight it'll just swing around. My really only complaint with the M12 is this, but they did a little remedy on this one I'll show you in a minute, but this right here is just super hard to pull out, and it is a finger pincher, boy. A lot of the old houses I work on, because back then if you bought a 2x4, it was a true 2x4. If you bought a 2x6 or 2x8, so they were at least 2 inches wide, sometimes wider. And of course, the new wood that we have today is not a full 2 inches, 4 inches, or 2x6s, 2x8s. They're not the full measurement. But this has a hard time going over like the old wood. And then when you're underneath the house or something, and you're trying to pull this out and you're laying in a position, it is just so hard to pull, and the spring jerks it back so quick. That makes that hard to do. Then when you're working on the ground and you're trying to get your light in a right position, you're trying to turn this thing upside down, this away, this away, this away, to try to get your light where you wanted it. The M18, they did a little remedy on that. So this is the M12. Pull it all the way. Yeah, there you go. So it measures 1 5/8. Almost 1 5/8 inches. It was just a little under 1 5/8 inches. Now pull this one out. And then on the new one, which we'll get into this more, but they put a handle under here to pull this out. And on the M12, they have it where it has the bar in the back and the bar in the front. I'm telling you, this spring is stout. And on the M18, it doesn't have the bar in the front. It only has one in the back. And so to measure that one, pull that one all the way out, Tony, as far as it'll go. There we go. This one is measuring 1 7/8 inches. So this one's opening up a little wider. So maybe that'll help us when we are underneath the house and I'm trying to go on, floor joists and things of that nature. On the M12, when you turn it on, let's see. Let me give it a minute. All right. You've got red lights. You see them, they go out pretty quick. That tell you your battery strength. You have your mode, high, medium, low, or there's high, medium, low, and off. Then I got the new M18, and they call this series, I believe, is it the Rover? What they call the Rover. And So this is the M12 Rover, and I liked it so much, I thought I'd pick up its big brother. And I can tell you they were really excited to see each other. I've got an M5 on it. You know, you push the battery button to see how much power you've got. It doesn't have a light on top like the M12, but the M12s, you know, don't have a light on the battery, so that's why they put it on the light, I'm sure. But they did something really neat to this light. You pull this forward, because what we find with this one a lot of times is getting it in the position to get your light just right is difficult. So that's why I picked this one up, because this pulls out and you can move this around. Then you can pull it down. Look, it'll even fold all the way under like that. But you can rotate the head like this, move it. Yesterday we were replacing the heating element inside an oven, and I had it, and then I had to work behind the stove because I had to take the back of it off to unplug the heating element. We stuck it to the stove because it's got magnets on it. I had it setting up on the door of the stove, and we could move this around to get our light in there. So I really like that feature right there, and that's why I picked this one up. It says it's on high 1,500 luminous and running a XC 5.0 battery. It'll run 4.5 hours. On medium, it's 600 luminous, and they say it'll run 10 hours. And low is 300 luminous, and they say it'll run for 20 hours on low with a 5.0 battery in it. It says it's impact resistant, high definition true view light. It's chemical resistant, water dust resistant. I was actually in Home Depot down in Nashville, Tennessee, because I was looking for the Surge, M12 Surge impact driver to see if maybe they had one before they were, you know, releasing them. They might sell me, but they didn't. So they said, and they wouldn't. So anyway, I didn't get one. So I picked up this light. I can tell you that the battery, if you don't go up bigger than the 5, if you use the 3s and the 5s, the battery is inside the flashlight. And so I like that because it's kind of a tucked in design right there. Good magnets. Let me show you those. The M12. Now this is really a good piece of metal that it clings to good, so it holds good. A lot of times what I find when we're working under houses, the metal that I have for this to stick to is not real good, and it just falls. The M18 Rover. You can see that? It sticks to that table good. I mean, you got to kind of break it off. I believe the magnets on it are a little stouter than the M12. So that's going to be good. Guys, that's kind of my New Tool Tuesday, and I wanted to say to you kind of what my goal is for this channel is making these videos, and through the commercials that are at the beginning of the video, the revenue you get off of that this channel will come to the point where it just sustains itself, that the revenue I get off of the commercials will once a month, twice a month buy tools and do New Tool Tuesday. But that's kind of what I want, what I'm looking for with this channel, and only you can help me, and that's through subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing the videos. And so I appreciate you helping me with that.
Hit the bell button so you stay notified. Don't forget the bell button. Hit the bell button. Even my little 8-year-old knows to hit the bell button.
I didn't know he was here, guys. I'm sorry. I appreciate all your comments the other day when I said, give me some help give me some suggestions on tools. I'm considering the DeWalt track saw. That was one, I had a couple people mention that one. I think that might be something handy. Me and Jason were discussing the other day, like cutting this beadboard. Would it work on that? The track saw, we were kind of discussing, I know it's good for plywood and things like that, but this beadboard is what?
1/4 inch.
1/4 inch thick. So I didn't know if it would work on that or not. If you know, put it down in the comments. Guys, we thank you for watching. Appreciate you subscribing, liking, all those kind of things. Jason, you want to tell them bye?
God bless you, YouTube. Don't forget to hit the bell button, or I'm coming for you.
Hey, goodbye, YouTube. Have a great day.
Don't forget to hit the bell button. Blah, blah, blah.
Do it again if you want to.
Don't forget to hit that bell button. Why is it so hard to say?
Is bell button a tongue twister?
Don't forget to hit the bell button. Got it.
Here, let me say it, David.
All right.
Hey guys, the bell button, just hit it.
Just
Thanks.
hit it.
Wood, nail embedded. It's their demo blade.